What if Naruto had the abilities of Sunny from Toroko? I think I got the name right. Either way, this ability basically means that he can manipulate hair down to its smallest piece, smaller than the eye can even see. I'm using headphones, so I'm sorry if this sounds weird. Oh, I don't want that. There we go. When Naruto was getting his quirk, not Naruto, when Deku was getting his quirk, I'm not even sure if I said Naruto or Deku at the beginning. Now, great. Whatever, it's Deku with Sunny's abilities from Toroko, basically. When he was going to the quirk doctor, the quirk doctor told them about what his quirk was. It seems your son's quirk has something to do with his hair. His hair? Inko replied, yes. It seems like he can control it down to the smallest detail, even smaller than the eye can see. It seems like the less hair he can manipulate, the farther it goes, but the more hair he uses, the less distance but more power it has. I recommend him eating stuff that helps with his hair. I'll give you a list of food as well. He may even be able to push it even farther than normal. But I do recommend not getting his hair cut. Huh? Why is that? Inko replied. Well, if you cut his hair, it'll feel like multiple teeth are being whipped out of your mouth. Normal people will either die or pass out from the pain. But that's just what happens if a single piece of hair is pulled out or removed. So it's best just to let it grow. Inko sat there in shock while Izuku was sitting there excited. His quirk sounds so powerful. Well, Izuku, you got an interesting quirk, Inko said. Izuku bounced up and down excited. After they got home, Izuku started trying lifting things with his hair. Right now he needed almost five visible strands of hair. 5 visible strands of hair just to lift one thing. Izuku asked, Mom, can I go see Kachan? And she said, sure, Izuku, you can go ahead. Yay. He went off, going to a park nearby. When Bakugo showed off his quirk, everyone was impressed. But when it was Izuku, he said, oh, I can manipulate my hair, and everyone started laughing. Seriously? Your hair? That has to be one of the most useless things ever. But no, it's not. Really. Bakugo put his fist in the palm of Sana's spot. You want to find out? Izuku backed up and Bakugo said, yeah, that's what I thought. Everyone laughed while Izuku went home. He'll show them that his hair can be powerful. During the years, Izuku trained more and more. Eventually, he can now lift. Give me a sec. At the end of middle school, Izuku could lift his hair alone, able to go so small that you can't even see it. 10 tons by itself. But he only told this to his mother because no one else would care. As the end of middle school happened, as the end of middle school happened, everyone was showing off their quirks minus Bakugo and Izuku. He stopped calling Bakugo Kachan because of the bullying and saying that his quirk was useless. As everyone quieted down, the teacher then talked about how only 2 students wanted to go into UA. Bakugo Katsuki, when he jumped on his desk and says, "Don't loop me in with all these other extras. They'll be lucky to become side clicks with a lame D-lister." Everyone got upset. And Izuku Midoriya, everyone burst out laughing. How can he do that? He can't do anything. He can only manipulate his hair. That's so useless. They all started laughing. And then Bakugo sent an explosion at Izuku, but to their surprise, nothing happened. Not even his desk was damaged. But they saw a weird shape, like a tic-tac pattern you see on a tic-tac-toe board. Where did that come from? But as soon as they saw it, it disappeared. Well, either way, I'm still going to UA, Izuku said. Huh? You're thinking you're better than me, you dang nerd. Izuku didn't say anything. Bakugo tried to shoot another explosion, but the bell rang. Izuku grabbed his stuff and started to leave. Stupid Bakugo. I can lift up to 10,000 tons with my hair alone. Yeah, he acts like he can do better. All he can do is start an explosion. That's basically useless in a small area. Whatever. As he walked through the underpass of the tunnel, the sludge villain tried to get to him. "Sorry, Brett, I need your body," he said. But before he could even get to Izuku, he stopped. What the? He couldn't move. I got hair bind. It binds the person into a spot as long as they're in reach. You became in my reach the second you left that manhole cover. I want to see what you could do, but I don't want to have that disgusting slime all over me. You brat. As the sludge villain tried to move its slimy body, it couldn't. No matter what it did, it couldn't move. But then he heard the words, "I am here." As the sludge villain started to panic and trying to move, as then a powerful gust of wind went through him and completely stopped when it hit an invisible wall, and it just went towards the ground, creating massive cracks. Oh, and it seems like I need to be careful there. A laugh can be heard as it was seen that it was All Might. While Izuku is a fan in this one, he isn't as big as Kamen. So yeah, he isn't like completely fanboying. He's mostly like, wow, it's All Might. Hey, All Might, can I get a autograph? Haha, sure. Anything for a fan. But as he looked in his notebook, he sees that was a lot about his hair hair care, as well as ways to increase how much he can lift with his hair. Wow, you seem to keep track of what you can do, huh, kid? It's best to know your capabilities and weaknesses so no one else can figure it out. Oh, how so? Heh, not telling ya, All Might. Fair point. Well, I should get going then. Oh, make sure you carry it. You have a hole in your pocket, huh? Ah, thanks, boy. All Might jumped away as Izuku continued walking. Well, that was the quickest fight I could have ever seen. As he was walking home, he saw a gigantic explosion go by. Huh? What was that? He ran in that direction and saw that it was seriously All Might. You couldn't do one simple thing. Because after All Might got away, instead of holding on to it, he still put it in his pocket. Which led to the sludge villain being released. As he looked in, he saw, figured. As Zuko started walking towards it, a hero tried to stop him, but Izuku just walked past him, making sure to avoid his hair being burnt by moving huge bits of it. He started running towards the sludge villain at high speeds. Anytime the sludge villain tried to get to it, it seems like it was cut into pieces faster than it could control. He then turned his hand to like a monster-like figure to punch exactly where Bakugo was, making him fly out of the sludge villain. And then one of his small hairs hit the villain in the eye, making him go blind. But here's the thing, no one could even tell what happened. It just looks like he started panicking for no reason, saying he can't see. I think it's time for you to go back. As Izuku used a lot of his energy to hit the sludge villain with a high amount of wind pressure, similar to what All Might did, but way weaker, sending the sludge villain onto a wall, knocking him out. And here I thought he was going to be stronger. Whatever. As he walked away, he was about to be chewed out. But then, his hair suddenly surrounded him, turning it into a ball, and he rolled off. People were shocked, but after he turned a corner, he put his hair back to normal. No, let's see. I want to see stories about how it went. Oh well. He continued walking home, and then All Might ran through and saying, haha, hello. Basically, it's a similar reaction to Canon about how All Might want Izuku to have his quirk. Interesting offer. But he thought for a minute, thinking, how will this increase his power? He thought for a minute and said, sure. Good. Well, I gotta be off, All Might said. After All Might left, Bakugo came up and said, "Oh, Deku. What do you want, Katsuki? I don't think you'll get a thanks out of me just because of that. I didn't need your help." Bakugo walked away. Good. After he got home, his mother was worried because of how long it took. Now what are we going to? The beach with All Might. Okay, so first things first is that we're gonna need to exercise your body a bit. But first, what is your quirk? I know you can move your hair by how it was earlier. Oh, easy. I can control each small strand of hair even smaller than I can see. It's even smaller than dust. Because while we can see dust, you can't see my hair. Huh. But what about the parts I can see? That's just a lot of it clumped together. Ah. How much can you lift then? 10 tons. I mean 10,000 tons. Wow, that's stronger than me, his young Izuku Midoriya. That's even stronger than me, young Midoriya. I do try. Well, let's get started. As instead of using his hair, he still used it, but not as much. He only used it with, like, a car or very heavy stuff. Which then he could only use up to 5 strands was the limit. Trying All Might said same, because Izuku said the less hairs I use, the stronger it is. Okay then, 5 hairs. That is your use limit. Izuku agreed on that, seeing how, while his hair is helpful, he would still need to focus. As the months went by, Izuku could see him gain muscles. His hair was now able to lift 20,000 tons, basically doubling the amount he could lift before. You're done pretty well, young Midoriya. I think it's time I give you my quirk, Willie. Cool, yes. He plucked out one of his own. All Might plucked out a piece of his hair and said, "Now eat this." What? Duke, get one fall. You must eat a piece of my DNA. You can also try blood if you want. Nope, hair is fine. He grabbed the hair and was about to put it in his mouth, but his own hair instantly destroyed the strand. I guess it doesn't want anything non-food or healthy related to get into my body. Well, I guess instantly a surge of power could be felt through Izuku's body. What the? As his hair turned a... Maybe... His entire body shined for a second as his muscles bulged, and his hair seemed to glow with it. Looks like my strength cells increased. Oh. During my life, I have known I have different cells. I call them strength cells because, well, as I continue to train, they grow at a rapid pace. They also grow when I eat certain foods. Oh, really? A lot of skincare as well as healthy foods are what makes the effect more often. My guess is what, with one fall, it activated, allowing it to evolve further. That's good. Well, if you rush now, you should be able to get to the entrance exams for UA. Got it. Thanks, All Might, Izuku said as he started to run. This boy's gonna be truly something. When he finally got into the front of UA, he saw. Sorry about this, my neck was itchy. He saw how it looked. So this is UA, huh? As he stepped foot, he almost tripped, but his hair caught his fall. He continued walking in with eyes of a, let me think, pink-haired girl. As he entered, he saw that Bakugo was there as well. Figured. As Izuku sat in his seat, waiting for the teacher to begin. It happened like that, but when Ida said, "And you, Yes, keep that thing. There's no reason for it to be that long. If you want them to take your own stuff safety, then I suggest you." Before he could finish that sentence, he was shut up by his own hands putting it over his mouth. It looked like Izuku's head was floating in the air. Kind of like in the picture right here, but not the golden color. Just his normal strand and not as big. Okay, so first things first. I don't care who your family is or where you're from. You cannot tell me what to do. Secondly, I choose to be here, not you. If you have a problem with me being here, well, too bad. I'm here to stay. As Ida's hand moved away from his mouth and he sat down. As it continued, but when it was time for the physical portion of the test, where they fight robots, he saw a brunette-haired girl shaken. He started walking towards her, but when Ida was about to put his hand on it, he instantly felt a cut on his arm. He checked to see what it was, but he couldn't find one. It was weird. What Yuki did was send one of his hairs to affect the nerve to make it feel like it was cut. As he talked to her, "Hey, are you okay?" "Oh, yeah, I am. Just kind of worried." "Don't worry, just do your best and I'm sure you'll get in." "Thanks." As the doors opened, Izuku walked in with his hair moving alongside him. Anytime he came up with a robot that was too close for comfort, he punched it, causing it to be destroyed. And if it was far enough, he used his hair to destroy it. This happened for a few minutes. Back in the observation room with the teachers. "Does anyone catch any of your eyes?" "No. As no, the heroes in there, but one hero named Bastinus actually was interested. And I'm not sure if he was there in canon, but anyway, this is my what if, so deal with it." "Yes, I see someone that interests me a little." "Oh, who's that, Best Genius?" Another said. "That kid right there." The one wherein the mm, imagine this outfit, but the pink is green. That's the only thing I'm changing. Oh? What about that kid? He seems to use his hair when fighting, but when the robots are too close, he fights them barehanded. Which is quite... I see. Well, if you want to know what this clerk can do, go back. I'm not explaining it a third time. Wow, that's an impressive clerk. Yes. He must have trained his body pretty well as well. As when they see a robot try to sneak up, it instantly stopped and started to malfunction. What the... How could it... Wait, Nazu. It said that he can control even the smallest bit of his hair, yes? Yes, but... I see. He must have used it to create a dome around his reach. Anytime they enter it, he short-circuits them. Seems he helped out a lot of students then. And that also explains why a few students seem to be surprised how a robot just stops moving. He slams down the big red button releasing the 0-pointer and shouts, "Let's see how he does with this." As that goes on, Izuku just stopped and pulled a washcloth and wiped his brow with it. Phew. I've done pretty well so far. As a giant robot could be shaken, he thought about one before he heard someone yell for help. He thought it was that brunette-haired girl. I can't be a hero and leave someone here to get hurt, he said, as he then ran towards the girl with his hair flowing. As his hair started to glow a bit, as it created a dome around them, stopping the 0-pointer from crushing them. But as they could see, he was getting tired, so he created a construct out of the hair he wasn't using, which was quite a lot. But that made the dome around them shrink massively. Because so far, his reach was up to 5 to 10, no wait, 30 to 37 meters to 15 meters because of the construct. The construct of hair punched the robot, sending it back, and causing it to shut off. He then used his hair and helped out the girl by removing the rubble as well as picking her up. "Thanks. You're welcome," he said, as Recovery Girl healed her and started to walk away. In the observation room, I would have been in my class, Nezu, Aizawa said, already on it. Well, this is where I'm leaving it off. Goodbye, everybody.